Hare Krishna, this is Sanjivani Dey. I'm a 22-year-old painter from Assam, India. I do something called Bhakti Art, which focuses on showcasing the pastimes of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. This particular art form comes directly from our scriptures, and they focus on depicting the accurate representations of the pastimes. Bhakti art for me is a form of service that I can do for Krishna. As a painter, there's nothing better that I can do. I cannot cook, I cannot clean, I don't know how to sing, but there's only one thing that I can do to the best of my abilities, and that is painting. So I paint Sri Krishna and all his different pastimes, and I offer it to him, and that's like an act of service from my side for him. My painting journey started back in 2020. During the COVID lockdown, when I was stuck in my home, you get really depressed, you don't have anything, and I wasn't exactly a devotee at the time. So there was this piece of canvas lying around in my house, and I told my parents to go and bring me a few bottles of paints. So that's when I started painting for the first time. Like, I have done a few artworks here and there back in school or when I was a kid, but I never really thought of it as a serious profession. So the first painting I ever made was that of Goddess Kali, and since then, while researching about Goddess Kali, I discovered about Krishna, and when I came here to the city, I started going to the ISKCON temple, and when I saw Shri Rukmini Krishna for the first time, I fell in love with them, and since then I've completely dedicated my work to them, since they were the one who gifted me with this skill in the first place. Here you can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna and his female counterpart Srimati Radhika Rani sitting on a swing and enjoying the sweet pastimes in Golok Vrindavan. This is the latest piece of work that I'm working on, and each and every detail in this painting has been thoroughly researched upon. From the color of their clothes to the bangles that Radharani is wearing, to the crown on Krishna's head, to the garland that he's wearing. All of them had to be researched thoroughly, and I wanted to present their pastimes in the most accurate way I could afford. So this is one of the cutest paintings, I would say, that turned out. The details have been made using acrylics, and took a while to do them because I work in layers. This painting has somewhere around 7 to 8 layers of paints over them. I've used cotton buds, I've used paintbrushes, I've used my finger. To the point I've even used a few hair to paint the details. You can see the wind affecting her skirt, so that was another thing that was a bit challenging because I'm not really an expert in painting fabrics, but we had to keep in mind the outdoors scenario in which the entire Jhulan takes place. This is a painting of Narasimha Dev, which shows the half lion, half man form of Lord Shri Krishna, which was manifested in order to protect his dear devotee Prahlad Maharaj. His father Hiranyakashipu, whom you can see on Narasimha Dev's lap, tortured his son for being a Krishna devotee, and Narasimha Dev appeared from a pillar which you can see in the background in order to annihilate Hiranyakashipu and save his devotee. The details in this painting are insane. It took me approximately 3 days to paint just the Sheshnag over Narasimha Dev's head. All the hands of Narasimha Dev have different weapons. It has Shankar, Gada, Chakra, Padma. You can see blood running down Narasimha Dev's dhoti and splattered all across the floor. The time was another factor that I had to consider, because the entire pastime that took place was during the evening time. It's neither day nor night. It had to be in the veranda. It could not be outside his home. It could not be inside his home. Hiranyakashipu had to be on his slab, because he had a boon that he cannot be killed on sky or on the floor. So it's a painting that had a lot of research behind it, and I think it turned out one of the best works of mine. I'm connected to ISKCON Ulubari here in Guwahati, so I'm surrounded by Krishna devotees, Hare Krishna devotees all the time. So the environment here is very different from what other painters usually are surrounded by. Everyone here is a devotee. There's Kirtan going on. There's Harikatha going on. Harikatha is like when we talk about Sri Krishna. And so even apart from that, I'm also surrounded by a very beautiful group of painters and creative people here, even at the temple and also in my group. All of them have a really huge influence on it, because since the art comes from scriptures, and it has to be a very accurate depiction of what exactly the pastime looks like. I get a lot of information from all the devotees around me, on my senior devotees. So for example, I never really knew that Krishna had a beautiful pearl hanging from his nose. So you get smaller details from it. The entire genre of Bhakti art was developed by someone called Hagresh Shamarani Jaturani Devi. In the late 1960s, when Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, met her, he had ordered her to make a few paintings for the temple walls. So that's when she came up with this amalgamation of the traditional Indian artwork and the painting style from the Renaissance era. So she's the one who started this entire genre, and I am deeply influenced by her. I am from this group called Imaginary Canvas. It is a group of artists and photographers based here in Northeast India. So our mentor, Abhishek Dey, Abhishek sir has been a very huge influence on my art style, because he's the one who continuously pushes me forward to make more artworks. As I mentioned, our group Imaginary Canvas holds a lot of exhibitions annually. We also take part in a lot of exhibitions that are conducted by other people. So we have this upcoming exhibition, our 6th annual exhibition here in Guwahati, from 4th November till 7th November. So that is one of the exhibition I am taking part in. Apart from that, I am an art teacher. So this year, these are the only things that I am focused on. Let's see what the future holds.